Hey everyone, welcome back to the Sharecode Showcase, where we feature just some of the best new maps, liveries, and tunes submitted by our community. If you have any creations you want to suggest, whether it be your own or someone else's, jump in our Discord and add it to the Sharecode zone. If you want to see anything we've shared previously, go ahead and check out the archive on my website. Now, when making the selections for this episode, I narrowed things down to my shortlist, where I usually have to start making the tougher decisions on what to cut, and I just couldn't make a cut anywhere. The quality of submissions this past month was simply insane. I mean, I would be doing you all a disservice by not showing you everything here. So this is no longer just episode 9, this is a double feature, or a mega episode, if you will. I'm gonna move a bit faster between the variety of maps, liveries, and tunes we have this time, but hopefully you still get a great look at what the Horizon community is creating. And without any further delay, let's jump in with our first map of the video, the Horizon Super Scramble by Subi156. We haven't really featured too much rally content on this series, and we haven't seen anything like this. The Super Scramble takes what's fun about rallycross and amps it up to 11, with huge jumps, multiple pathways to pick between, a variety of road surfaces, and some fast-paced neck-and-neck racing. The props and road surfaces are laid out beautifully here with really big set pieces. Of course, the main dirt road feels a bit bumpy, but it should, it's off-road. The jumps and corners are super smooth and flowy without any awkward landings or weird elevation changes between road surface. It's all just super well put together, especially for a rally event, and I found the Super Scramble to be really fun in both low and high classes. It's wide enough to accommodate S2 or even X class, but the stunts and general layout of the course still keep things really entertaining down in B. This is a track that instantly made it into my Event Lab favorites because I'm really excited to run some big multiplayer events on stream with all of you guys in some wacky rally builds. I had a ton of fun with this one, and I hope you will too. Now let's move on to another map by Nordsea Bazi, who we've seen before back in episode 2 with Driftopia, which I should actually mention has been updated and you should check that out. But now they're back with another big open world creation, the Mexico Airport. One little detail I noticed before even loading in that I kind of love about what Nord did here is that you can buy a day ticket or a night ticket, which of course are just the two different share codes for if you want to play at night or during the day, but I love the little extra lore details like that. So just like with Driftopia, there's tons to do and explore here. There's a big crates section for drifting or gymkhana style driving, a handful of good layouts to create so you can do some tight racing through the planes and hangars, or you can even just use the airport scenery as a nice spot to take some photos. There's multiple levels to explore and plenty of secrets here. We, of course, didn't get an airport in Horizon 5's main map, so I love seeing creators like Nord taking on the responsibility of adding these neat areas to the world. So if some crate drifting, stunt driving, or just general airport vibes has been missing from your Horizon 5 experience, check this one out. Now let's look at another map with a similar style, but a very different setting. Welcome to Hot Wheels City, created by Twisted Knot. This has been a project I've been following pretty closely, and something I just knew I had to cover when it released. Just like with Nord, we've seen Twisted's creations before, so we know the quality, and I'm always excited to check out their next creation. Now, this is our first map we've featured that takes place in the Hot Wheels DLC map, so you will need that to check this out, but honestly, I think this map alone adds to the value of the expansion. The scope of this city is like nothing I've seen yet. You can spend 20 minutes just exploring all the different little parking areas, scenes, shortcuts, and roads all over this map and probably still have missed some areas. Like with the Mexico Airport, Hot Wheels City has both a day and night mode to play in, and I really just feel like this place comes alive at night. And again, like the airport, this is another pretty multi-purpose map. There's some great drifting lines though, and of course plenty of awesome photography spots. Not to mention tons of little Easter eggs hidden around the city if you just want to explore and relax. This is a map I really feel just speaks for itself on video. The care, quality, and effort that went into this is obvious, and I'm really excited to just be showing this one off. So, if you have the Hot Wheels DLC, don't forget to check out Hot Wheels City. Now let's change gears here and look at some more purpose-built maps, starting with a few real-world drift replicas. This one here is Meihan Sportsland by Animi. Meihan is of course a very well-known track in Japan that has hosted some of the biggest names in drifting, and now it's here in Horizon 5. And honestly, I think it couldn't look better. Like with Nico, which we featured in the last episode, Meihan is pretty flat, so it's much more possible to create a smooth and accurate layout to slide around on. This is a really flowy and fairly low speed track with good width for tandems and plenty of space for transitions. Although there definitely are some more favored layouts like the one I'm running here on screen, the whole track has been recreated here with road markings and everything, so you can drive any of the layouts that the real track offers. This is just another one going straight into my favorites as I build my collection of accurate real-world Japanese drift tracks. As someone who originally came to Horizon as more of a drifter than a road racer, stuff like this takes me back to my Horizon beginnings, and I just could not have pictured having a track like this in Horizon way back in Horizon 1. Now, let's keep the drift track replicas coming, but this time in Germany at an abandoned mine with the Ferropolis DMEC layout. If you're unfamiliar with DMEC, it stands for Drift Masters European Championship. Think Europe's version of Formula Drift or D1GP, where drivers compete in 1v1 battles at tracks all over the continent. This map is, of course, purpose-built for tandem battles and has everything from the real stands, pit areas, starting layout, and possibly most importantly, at least for me, the clipping zones, which make this a really fun track for solo practice as well, because this means you can just run it back to back and keep practicing those perfect lines. There have been a handful of FD and D1GP layouts recreated in Horizon, LA being one of my favorites, but I have yet to see a layout like this from DMEC, and it's awesome to know there are people passionate about recreating these tracks all over the world. I would love to get a collection of these going someday to run a judged Horizon Drift Battle League or something along those lines. Now, last but certainly not least, let's wrap up our map features for this video with another Japanese-themed track by ZN6. This is the Hokkaido Toge. This isn't the first mountain pass we've featured on the series, and not even the first one by ZN6, but the quality just keeps stepping up. This type of map was always something I wanted to see with the Event Lab feature, but always assumed was a bit on the edge of being too hard to do right, or just too hard to be worth the effort. But ZN6 has refined their craft and created something really special here. While driving this map, you are completely transported out of Mexico and just swallowed up by the amazing attention to detail here. The foliage covers you all around, the barrier walls, street signs, and markers are all seemingly so accurate to a real Japanese mountain road, and ZN6 has even taken the time to create a handful of pull-offs and vistas where the scene opens up to reveal the wider map before plunging you back into the forest. Seems to be a bit of a characteristic of their tracks actually, and I love it. This is easily the highest quality downhill mountain pass style map I have ever seen, with such a fun layout, and my only wish is that it just never ended. So well done to ZN6, and well done to everyone who created maps for this video. I am just blown away by the ever-increasing quality of Event Lab tracks you all are making, and I can't wait to see more. But now, with that said, let's move over to cover our liveries for the video, and we've got more than just a couple on display here. First is the Liberty Walk GTR by Blue Jay. What an iconic livery style for a very iconic car, represented so beautifully in Horizon 5. With the appropriate Liberty Walk widebody, this takes what is already a crazy looking car and gives it that final touch like something you would actually see at Tokyo Auto Salon. And I'm a big sucker for white liveries, especially on a car like this. So this is definitely going to be adorning my R35 and it just really shines in photos. Now, if you're looking for a livery to rock for the Horizon Super Scramble, perhaps, FT Bonnie FZ has created 3 for the STI ARX Supercar. Now, these are all replicas of the Real America Rallycross Championship, or ARX, cars that Subaru entered with. So of course the liveries are perfectly on brand and look right at home on the car. As you can see, we've got a red, blue, and yellow variant, but I'll take the time here in this video to say I'd love for Bonnie to make a full set of 12 with more colors we never got in real life, like green or purple, so we can use a full unique set of these liveries for some Horizon Rallycross shenanigans. Now next up, we've got a pair of Mizuno sponsored cars, the Mizuno Porsche and Brabham by Prettylude. I absolutely love the color palette for these, and although it was hard for me to take the default livery off the Brabham, and honestly the iconic pink pig as well, I still couldn't be happier replacing them with something like this. It's surprising how different it makes both cars look. I almost get Wipeout vibes from the colors and livery style, and for me, that's a very good thing. Finally, for the liveries this week, I want to show off Ami's option livery for the new 8.6. Video option and option magazine are of course staples of JDM car culture, and this retro, more magazine-styled livery represents that beautifully. I love the smoother font and body lines, and even the colors give off a bit more soft, old-school vibe. There are tons of livery options for the GT86 and BRZ in Horizon 5, but it's still great to see more high quality and unique options like this one here. And that is going to wrap it up for our liveries for the video. Like I said, we're moving quick with this video because there is just so much good stuff to go through. And finally, I want to wrap up the video by shouting out another creator we have seen before due to their fantastic tunes, Seinu. But not only is Seinu a talented tuner in their own right, what I want to show off in this video is that they also whip up these fantastic spreadsheets for each new season, giving players a quick and easy list of tunes from various creators for completing trials, PR stunts, and whatever else the season throws at us. You can just throw this up on your phone or second monitor while grinding through the playlist, and you'll have a much better time with an easy access tune list for every event you'll come across. Seinu also adds helpful notes about the PR stunts and events too, so you know any little tips or tricks to follow, for example, which direction you should hit the PR stunt from. And on top of that, they leave notes for the tunes themselves, so you have a good idea of what you're downloading, or of course, if there's multiple options for one event, you have a better idea of which one might suit your preferred playstyle. So not exactly a specific tune showcase, but I really wanted to share this resource because just like all the other creators we feature here, Seinu is going above and beyond to help make Horizon 5 a better, easier, and simply more fun game for all of us. Thanks for watching this mega double feature episode, everyone. I hope I was still able to showcase the share codes properly, even though we moved through everything pretty dang quick, and I'll see you all for episode 10 next time.